Welcome to today's Fireside chat with Prevas. I have with me Magnus Welén, who is the CEO of Prevas. Welcome.
Thank you.
I will start off because Magnus, you are still rather new as the CEO of Prevas, not 1 year into your new role.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
So can you share a little bit more about your background and give a brief overview how you view Prevas as a company?
Okay. Yes. My background is actually I'm from engineering from the beginning, and then I've been working within our customer place for almost 15 years, working in industrial companies like Sandvik and also within ABB and a US-based company called Snap-on. So I've been working quite a lot, both in R&D and in production development for these customers before I came into a company called Deva 2008. So I've been in the consultancy industry since 2008. So quite many years now. And that was a small consultancy company that I came into at the time. And then I've been working with that, growing that company organically up till 2021 when the company Deva was acquired by Prevas actually. So I'm acquired into this role at Prevas. I'm very popular. I was actually acquired. So that's a good sign. So I was acquired into Prevas at the time, 2021. The company Deva was a little bit above 100 employees at the time. At the same time, when Prevas acquired Deva, we were a part of a group called Evotech. So there were 2 other companies coming in at the same time, Tritech Technology in Stockholm and Field Process also in Stockholm. So that was a quite large acquisition. We will come back to acquisitions later on, I believe, and that was the large acquisition for Prevas at the time. So after that, I've been working in Prevas in a role as a regional manager responsible for the Mälardalen region. Until June 1st last year when I came into this role. And the Mälardalen unit was a little bit above 200 employees when I left, so to say. So that's a little bit my background and how I came into this position at Prevas.
Perfect. And then if we go on to Prevas as a company, how would you describe yourself?
I'm super proud actually to be a part of a company like Prevas. To be honest, I was a little bit hesitating when I came into Prevas 2021. I wondered what kind of company is actually Prevas. And now I've been in the company for a couple of years, and I tend to really grow into it because Prevas is actually a fantastic company to be in. And what we are a very focused company. We work within 2 different areas. We're a technical consultancy company. Not everybody knows that, but we are. And we're working in 2 different business areas. We work within production development and product development. And we do that for industrial customers. And what is very common for our customers is that they have extremely high demands. And that suits us because we like to work within areas where it's a little bit tougher, a little bit more difficult, more complex. That's where Prevas is at its best, so to say. So today we are above 900 employees in Scandinavia. The bulk of the business is in Sweden. And then we have a business in Norway and also a strong position in Denmark. So that's a little bit briefly about Prevas. We've been around since 1985, so we have been quite long in the marketplace.
You do have some larger peers in the Swedish market. What would you say sets you apart from them?
Actually, it's quite many different things that makes us unique compared to our peers. But one of the answers is our strategy. We have a very clear strategy, which is strong decentralization, which means that we have units that are self-driven and they have their own P&Ls, they have their own business plans, and they're working in their regions and adapting the needs to the regional needs. But they have also a target to be best. So in Prevas, we don't have one recipe. We believe in diversity, so we believe that you can have different recipes in different regions, in different units, but with a common target to actually be best in the areas where we are. So that is something I believe is unique with Prevas, that we have the strategical development, so to say, of the company as such. Then I believe also compared to our peers, many of our peers are quite broad in what they're doing in terms of doing business. And we are quite focused. We are working with industrial customers, we're working product development and production development. It sounds like it's quite broad, but it's actually quite narrow. So we are in that sense a little bit niched compared to our larger peers, and that is also something that makes us a little bit different. Something else that makes us different is that we work quite a lot with adding customer value. Everybody's doing that, but we tend to take that one step further. So we actually are working quite a lot with our customers to improve the customer value also in terms of business models. So we have developed long-term relationships with many of our customers where I can take some examples to enlighten what I'm actually talking about. One could be, recently we got an order from a steel manufacturer. They have a system called the MES system, Manufacturing Execution System. That is a system that controls more or less the production in the plant. And that application, they have now outsourced the responsibility for that to Prevas. So we are maintaining this, we are developing this application, we're taking care of the support for this. So it's a long-term commitment from the customer to Prevas, and we will work as partners for a long time. That, for me, is quite typical for Prevas in that sense, because we want to do that. We want to get close to our customers and building higher customer value, because the value in this solution for the customer is much higher compared to if you just give them hours, so to say, on a time and material basis. And that we do quite broad in Prevas, and we're working to grow that part of our business. Another example, I will stop talking, please stop me if I talk too much. Another example actually that I think is really nice, we have an offering within enterprise asset management, and that is actually we go to a customer, we look into their way of maintenance and how they take care of their assets, and then we help them to work with how are they to do that in a more efficient way. And the result of that is a change project, but also we have a support with software. In this sense, we're working with Hexagon and IFS as partners. So actually we're using their software as a part of the development project we do together with the customer. And the result is afterwards that we have this recurring revenue from this software and a long-term relationship with the customer. And that is, I think, another good example that what we do in Prevas in order to get closer to our customers.
I want to connect this discussion towards your improving margin profile.
Yes.
It seems like, moving up the value chain and also having some recurring revenues is obviously supportive. Would you say that this is the main drivers because of the improving profitability? Or?
It's a part.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a part, because we have some units that, actually, as you say, are driving the profitability in that sense. That's completely true. Another reason I believe is that we made a strategic change like 5-6 years ago, going from a centralized model to a more decentralized model. And by doing that, we free up the air, so to say, for our management in the regions to actually be more business driven. So we believe that the decisions are to be taken very close to the customers. And so we have changed the culture in Prevas. In the past, Prevas was excellent engineering company, doing excellent solutions. We do that today as well, but now we are more business oriented as well, thinking more about the actual customer value. And if you do that in a good way, that drives profitability as well. So that is one. I think those are two major reasons for the improvement we have seen in the profitability as such. And also we have a smaller overhead, so to say, cost in Prevas today compared to like 6-7 years ago.
Very interesting. I will move on.
Yes.
To have a sort of a view of how the market is developing right now for you. There's an interesting period. We have higher interest rates now than before, yet economic activity seems to be holding up quite well.
Yes.
How do you view the market right now?
I think, as we were talking about in the past as well, we have seen that the dynamic has increased, so that there's more variations in the market. But I think that is the new normal. We will see that we'll go quicker up and quicker down, and will be different in different segments in our customers. Looking today, we have areas that are growing quite rapidly within the green transition, for example, within the defense industry, and we have also some areas that has been more slow as well. It's a quite diversified picture of the market. But our view is that it's more normal now, actually. The critical part for us is to be agile and to see the movement, so to say, and to work towards where we actually see the needs, so to say. But another thing also is that thanks to this business development we have been running for many, many years, we are important for our customers. And that means also that even though maybe the production rates goes down at the customer because of the demands fluctuating, we normally get to keep our business because we are so close to the core and the long-term development of our customers in that sense.
And how do you make sure that you continue to be this agile and can adapt to this changing environment?
I think it's important to maintain the strategic road that we are on, so that the people feel in their hearts that they actually have the responsibility, but also the authority to make the difference. I think that is a key to that, so that we are close, so the decisions are taken close to the actual customers and can be very adaptive. I think that is a key factor for that.
Perfect. Then we have manufacturing industries and life science are your two largest end market exposures. What would you say is the main reason that is driving demand in those segments, and does the demand picture differ between the segments?
Some things are common. I mean, the trends, of course, like digitalization, and you need to be more efficient. That goes for both of those. But looking into the manufacturing industry, we see we have majority of our customers are product-owning companies, and they work a lot in the green transition to adapt both their operations to meet the new demands. You know, the CSRD, the new legislations coming from EU, for example. You need today to actually take the climate issues for real, and that drives a lot of change in our customer place, both from a production point of view, but from also in product development, and that drives a huge need for us. Both actually in manufacturing, also in life science. But the underlying demand in life science is increasing due to the demographical development in the world. I mean, if we really focus, if we zoom out a little bit, we actually get older every day. All of you. You get older, I get older, everybody get older. Yeah. And we live longer. And we need to take care of that. And another result of that is that actually the lack of engineering skills will increase over time as well, which is, from Prevas' point of view, in micro, a good thing, because it will increase the needs for our services, so to say. But for long term, we need to see to that we actually get more of our people in Sweden or in Scandinavia to be interested in engineering, because it will be so much to do in order to take care of the big challenges, and we need more young people to come into the business, and that we work with in Prevas in different manners. But one important thing for us is that we are a diversified company that are positive to diversity and inclusion, and also to be attractive to attract more females into our organization, because I think that is important from many perspectives. But we need to be good in those aspects as well.
How much can you affect internally versus having, you know, graduates coming from high schools and so on into your company?
What do you mean?
In the recruiting talent. I mean, how much can you do internally, training and so on?
I think it's both. We recruit. I would say the main part of our recruitment is more senior employees, but we of course recruit directly from university as well, and then we train our people, because looking into what technological drivers do we have today, they are very different from 1985. But some of our employees are actually the same, but they are doing totally different things. So working within a company like us, it's very important that you always develop. And we have our tagline, hello possibility, and that's the way we look upon that, because looking now recently, it's a lot of discussions about AI, about the different machine learning technologies, stuff like that, and that will continue at an even higher pace. So once comes back to this, that you need to have an organization that's very agile and positive and see opportunities and move fast. I think that is key success factors in that sense.
Have you seen any early use cases for AI that you can pursue or that you see as a risk for your business?
It's actually from two sides. I mean, looking into the risk side of it, if you don't control, then you can actually use AI, external sources for AI, putting into code that you actually use for customer application, and that is not okay. So you need to have very, very clear view upon how you can use it. We are looking right now into actually implementing AI internally, but using, so to say, secure solutions for more of this chat GPT kind of AI. But we're also looking into that in our customer project as well. So we have use cases where we're developing right now, for example, within areas like advanced control system that will be self-learning, so to say, for certain applications. So we are there and we're working with it, but we are not naive. So we will not open the gates and risk our business with our customers. It's a lot of copyright issues you need to take care of, for example, and we are looking into that to secure that we are doing it in a good manner for our customers. But also, of course, utilizing the upsides of it as well.
Is it mainly client inbound or are you selling this?
I would say it's both. It's a lot of work going on at the customer places, and that I would say is the majority. But we are also doing own development, so to say, for our owned applications where we're adding this kind of methods as well.
Interesting. Then on to a really hot topic this week, because Sweden will actually join NATO.
Yes.
And you do have an exposure to the defense industry.
Yes.
How do you think this will impact, and what magnitude are we talking about?
I think that the impact actually has been starting a long time ago. Actually, when the war started, I would say that was the key change. Because after that, the defense industry has been more or less trying to increase everything they do at the maximum pace. And that will continue. I think the NATO will increase the need, but I think it's more of you have already had an increase for quite some time, but it will be secure the up and it will also increase in that sense. But I don't see a major difference because it's already there. The need for increasing the pace within the defense industry was there even before the NATO decision. But
do you foresee, a longer time period where we do increased investments into the defense sector as well?
Yeah. Oh yes, it's many years. We need to rebuild our defense industry more or less.
Yeah. Perfect. Then going on to your M&A agenda. I mean, you still have a very robust balance sheet.
Yes.
What type of companies are you mainly looking for, and how does your process look like?
Yeah, actually, the most important for us is actually the match. It needs to be really, really good. We talk about people in these companies, and we need to find solutions so that they feel coming into Prevas is a really good journey for them. That is the most important part for us. Next thing, look into which kind of companies are interesting for Prevas. We look into this from different perspectives. One perspective is to add special competence that we need to strengthen within Prevas. For example, last year we acquired a company, a part of a company called Unibap Industry, working within AI-based vision systems. And that was adding a niche competence to a team that we already had and making our position stronger. So that is one thing where we add expertise, so to say, that we don't have. But it can also be that we add sort of more of what we do, but in areas where we are small. I mean, for example, if we are small in Gothenburg in a certain area and we find a company working in that area, that's very interesting for us as well. And then we need to strengthen our position in other geographical areas like Norway, and also in Denmark we're looking into acquisition as well to, so to say, secure our foothold in the marketplace. So it's both of those actually.
And do you find a lot of interesting
We work
options?
a lot with that at the moment because the market is quite active, I would say, from acquisition point of view. At least from our point of view, what we see is it's a lot going on, a lot cooking. But I say we don't have to do acquisitions. It needs to be very, very good for us. because looking into the consultancy industry, there is major risks because it's people.
Yeah.
It's not like a product company where you have IP, you have the machines, you have everything, drawings. It's people, and it needs to be very, very good. So we work a lot to take care of the companies coming into Prevas and being very flexible and adaptive in that sense. We also have some companies which we acquired that are 100% owned by Prevas, but also companies where we actually have the entrepreneurs still owning a part of the company as well, even in the Prevas context. So we are very pragmatic in that sense.
Yeah, it sounds like a good strategy for M&As. Finally then, what are the top priorities for Prevas in 2024?
Yeah, very good question. I would put it like this, from a financial point of view, to meet the obligations we have. I mean, to meet the targets, financial targets we have. And priority-wise, if I chose between growth and profit is our number one. So we work from a priority point of view to secure the profit. It has been a quite uncertain market for a while, and we were working hard to secure the profit within Prevas. But we're also ready to grow. So of course, in our planning and the way we look into the future, it will come an upturn as well. And then we're ready to grow as well, both through acquisitions, but even organically, we will, so to say, really focus on that when we feel that we have the market for it.
Do you see anything that can validate a thesis that it will improve throughout 2024 from your discussion with clients?
The feeling is positive.
Yeah.
I can say my feeling is positive. Talking to my management, talking to the customers, it's a positive feeling. And you can also see that stock markets are more or less on all-time high. It's a good sign. The interest rates is going down. These key performance indicators like the Purchase Manager Index, PMI, is actually picking up a little bit. So there are many signs that it will improve during the year, yes.
Perfect.
So I'm hopeful.
Perfect.
And positive.
By that, I would like to thank you for coming and talking to us today,
Great.
Magnus.
Thank you. Nice to be here.